Thursday, July 24th, 2025. Detroit Lions defenders taking on more injuries today. This is not great news, but let's just get into it here. All right, welcome into Rockhound Detroit Lions. It is July 24th around 12:45 p.m. and about an hour ago, some news dropped that we had more Lions defenders taking on injuries. This has just been the case the entire season so far, man, especially with training camp. We're just into day 3 or day 4 of the entire training camp for the Lions, and they've already suffered more than 8 injuries. But let's bring in the article here, get down to business on what's going on with the Detroit Lions. As reported by Dave Burkett of the Detroit Free Press, says 2 starting defensive players left practice early for the Detroit Lions on Thursday to be evaluated for injury. One was linebacker Derek Barnes and cornerback Terrion Arnold. Both left the second half of practice. Now Barnes is being evaluated for a hand injury, while Arnold is being evaluated for a leg injury. Both not good, but I'm more worried about Terrion Arnold's leg injury at this point. The Lions battled injuries. Obviously, we know that. Now, Barnes had appeared to get his foot stepped on in a special teams period midway through practice, and then was on the field for the start of the 7-on-7 period before heading to the locker room. Amik Robertson replaced Arnold at outside cornerback in the Lions' final team period of practice, and safety Nick Hallett. He also saw some time at outside corner. That's an interesting move. Obviously, Ennis Rakestraw, the guy that we are missing right now because he's also injured. He suffered a chest injury, so a little bit of a recap from the other day. On day 1, it was Monday, he has not returned to practice yet, though he did work on the side field with trainers before the start of practice today. Another update here on tackle Roy Lopez, who suffered a foot injury, and running back Sione Vaki, who does have a hamstring injury. They remain out after leaving day 2 of practice. And then update here on Broderick Martin, foot injury, and Jamarco Jones, cramping. They left day 3, but we're back on the practice field today. Big congratulations for Broderick Martin. And obviously, we cannot afford to have any more injuries, but super pumped here about Broderick Martin get back on the field. So where does this leave us, man? It's not great that we're suffering this many injuries so quickly. The hand injury for Derek Barnes, it could be anything. He could have hit a helmet, could have broke a finger. I mean, it could be anything, right? He could have just jammed a finger really bad. Hopefully it's not something crazy like a wrist, like a broken wrist, or, something like that. If it's something broken, you're talking 6 weeks minimum. I don't care what it is. If it's a finger, it can be taped. It can be wrapped. You can wear a club. If it's a wrist, as we know, it could be a lot longer. As far as, like it says here, they're not clear what happened with Barnes. Nobody is. As far as Arnold goes, it's saying here that he spent most of the practice on the sideline. So after he went out, left practice, he spent most of practice on the sideline at some point, evaluated for a leg injury. That makes sense. So obviously with his workload, look, man, not good, right? So we're expecting Terrion Arnold to take a huge leap here in year 2. Matter of fact, Shep just said that this morning, that Terrion Arnold's look great so far. Huge leap. He's been all over the field making plays. Terrion Arnold, Jameson Williams, getting the brunt of Terrion Arnold's leap here in year 2. He's been interfering with their ability to catch passes early in camp. Even in 7-on-7 drills, which usually benefits the offense, Terrion Arnold's making the most of it and mixing it up, making plays happen. So that's not good because we can't afford to lose him. We've seen too many injuries too early in practice. I do like, the fact that we have depth, right? Calvin Shepard mentioned as much this morning that the depth on this roster is it's the best in the DB room. He plans that the DB room is going to be the strongest room of all the rooms for the Lions defense this far, which makes sense. You have 2 All-Pros in the back end. DJ Reed, who potentially could be an All-Pro or should be an All-Pro. And then Terry and Arnold's second-year jump, which I would say that he could earn at least a Pro Bowl this year, and depending on how good he plays, I mean, he could be an All-Pro this year too. But that's a little bit further down the road. Right now, we just need him healthy on the field, making plays, making a big jump over year 2. Again, Ennis Rakestraw, part of that depth. He's not back at practice. So that's really your update, which is, I mean, it's not a lot of news. It's not a lot of great news. And I'm getting sick of reporting on injuries, to be honest with you. I want to report on some good stuff, which I will later. I got plenty of good stuff coming up here next. So check out the videos that'll be dropping here shortly, man. Great news on Aiden. And really good news on Marcus Davenport, and Aiden backed it up. And Jack Campbell, got some information on Jack Campbell and what Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell had to say about him. Alex Anzalone's probably gone. Yeah, I hate even saying that, but we're going to report on that later too. All right, we'll catch y'all soon, man. Take care. Go on, probably go Detroit Lions. Terry and Arnold, get better. Derek Barnes, get your ass back on the field. Wrap it up, man. Tape it up. No more injuries, fellas. Like, stop stepping on each other. Maybe y'all need to take some dance classes. Something. But whatever. We'll see you guys later. Take care. Go on, Pride. I'm loving football, man. It's football in July. I'm loving it. All right. Now I'm out of here. I promise. I'm out. And no, I'm just kidding.